All right, y'all. I need y'all to stay with me now. Stay with me now. This ain't necessarily about gaming. This is about entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We're an entertainment channel over here, and I need you to stay with me. So, how many of y'all grew up in the '90s? Right? You grew up in the '90s. Do you remember the Satanic Panic? You know what I'm talking about? Like when everything was considered
Of the devil.
Pokemon,
Of the devil.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Of the
the
devil.
devil. Cartoon Network,
Of
the
the devil.
McDonald's,
Of
the
the
devil.
devil.
They might actually be the devil. Who else? Football was
Of the
the
devil.
devil. You know what I'm saying? Everything was the devil. Okay, and I think we're starting to get there when it comes to some of this woke derangement stuff. So as you know, Stranger Things season 5 is out. Now I have not had a chance to see this yet, so there won't be any spoilers or anything here. But there's a clip going around where we kind of get some backstory on what happened to Will when he went to the Upside Down. I'm gonna show you that clip right here.
Unless we can begin.
So there you have it. And it's actually, I think it's good to show what actually happened to him when he was in there, because it gives us some insight. So now we got people, right-wing pundits, claiming that this is Netflix communicating to us how they groom children. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. He started with this tweet right here. Now, this is in response to Tucker Carlson did an interview with Piers Morgan where Tucker is asking him about the rise in homosexuality, and Piers Morgan is calling him homophobic, and Jack Posobiec, I suppose that's how you say his name, Posobiec, I'm sorry if I'm messing it up. But he says, in the new Stranger Things season, it reveals main character Will was abducted and repeatedly orally violated as a small child. They show this. Will is then revealed to be gay later in the series. So now basically what they're saying is, what he's trying to say is that Netflix is using this imagery to convert kids to being gay. Guys, I can't make this stuff up. He follows it up by saying, Stranger Things has crossed a line. This is an article he posted. Stranger Things has crossed a line by depicting a child physically violated, and they think you're too numb to notice. Netflix simps will brigade this, but they showed what they showed deliberately. First of all, so many parts of this that I want to address. I love how when people make ridiculous, asinine statements, and then they preface it by saying that whatever derogatory term they can use of people that will argue against it will argue against it. So it's like if I go and murder somebody, right? I go and murder somebody in cold blood, and then I look at you in the face and I say, yeah, the police will come and arrest me, but just know I murdered this person for a reason. As if to say that the police arresting me was not a good, like, no, you murdered somebody in cold blood. It's the same thing. You said something stupid, so of course people are gonna come by and call you stupid. Saying that Netflix simps will bring it. First of all, I'm not even subscribed to Netflix, and I know this. Depicting a child. Where were you when what was it, Pennywise the Clown? What's this damn It? The movie It. How many kids were murdered in that show? You ever seen the movie Clown? The clown literally goes into a playpen and murders a child. Blood everywhere. Did you not just see weapons? Well, they didn't really harm children. They brainwashed a bunch of children, but it would have been real if they would have did that. Like, this isn't the first movie where children are harmed. And let me just grant you this for a second before we go on to the next tweet. If you're saying that Netflix is deliberately showing this to convert people into, I guess, accepting LGBTQ or converting kids, wouldn't it behoove them to show the person that is converting people into being gay in a positive light? Like, what are we talking about? He continues, he says, what were the creators of Stranger Things saying when they depicted the openly gay character as being victimized? A Vanderbilt study in 2022 reported LGBT adults were 3 to 4 times more likely to report child sexual abuse. What did the creators of Stranger Things mean by this? Guys, you just can't make this stuff up. Hey, moron. The actor who plays Will came out as gay, and so the writers decided to write his character as gay. But you didn't know that. You didn't know that, did you? Nope, you didn't know that because you didn't do any research. You just got on Twitter and started yapping. Holy. This is, I don't know what's worse. I don't know if this is worse or the woke is, this is like right-wing woke stuff. But this is woke derangement syndrome. When you so used to calling everything woke and calling everything a conspiracy that you can't even make common straight sense. He retweeted this, bro, come on, it's Stranger Things, bro. We love this franchise, bro. They would never sexualize kids. Remember when we used to ride bikes around in the 80s, bro? Vecna's supposed to be scary, bro. He forced his throbbing tentacle into Will's struggling mouth symbolically. Don't ruin this, bro. Remember VHS and He-Man? That's what Stranger Things is. He swallowed his seed symbolically. Remember Malls in the 80s? Don't take my show, bro. Ignore the grape scene, bro. Oh my God. The fact that you actually think you're saying something here. The fact that you actually think you're saying something here. Why did Stranger Things go full tentacle hentai on a 12-year-old boy? Because it's a monster? We used to live in a time where we would just be able to tell the stories that we want and we didn't have to worry about all of this retarded stuff. But for crying out loud, come on, man. The kid molested by the pedo villain becomes gay. What did Netflix mean by this? Even if they meant something in that nature, that would insinuate that they're on your side. Let's believe what you're saying. Let's say you're right. Netflix did mean something by that. Then they're telling you that Vecna is a pedo. So why would you be attacking Stranger Things? Now, art is up for interpretation. So you're more than welcome to interpret this as Netflix trying to tell you that pedos are out here attacking kids and turning them gay, I suppose. If that's what you want to subscribe to, you can do that. But you can't sit there and attack Netflix and act like, oh, they're trying to convert your kids if they're depicting the person converting the kids as an evil villain. What are we talking about? Stranger Things isn't marketed to kids. I mean, I guess. In Stranger Things, the guy on the left gets kids to trust him and turns out to be a demon. Is there a deeper meaning to this? First of all, he did not get kids to trust him. He was literally being forced there against his will. He got 11 to trust him, and he wound up, deleting a bunch of kids. He wasn't grooming them. He wasn't grooming. It's not like he was grooming the kids. He wasn't even, if anything, he was just a chaperone. He barely even interacted with the kids. What do y'all didn't watch the show. Y'all clearly didn't watch the show. Obviously, you didn't watch the show. It's very apparent you didn't watch the show. You just can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. The devil! The absolute devil! If anything, this clip right here should be more of a controversy.
My mom wrote this really beautiful essay about her abortion that she got when she was really young, and about how if she hadn't have had it, she wouldn't have become the person that she'd become, and I wouldn't exist, and how both of my parents' lives would have been totally derailed if she hadn't had access to safe and legal health care, fundamental health care. And I, of course, like wealthy people will always be able to get abortions, but so many people will not only not be able to pursue their dreams, but actually lose their lives and be unsafe.
Well, damn, she said, if my mom would have never murdered my little brother or sister, I wouldn't exist. Hey, man, we live in a different world. If anything, that should be the only controversial thing. And I really wouldn't consider it all that controversial because I don't know if she really meant that. Nah, she was promoting deleting your kids. That's crazy. But I mean, and I don't, again, she's just a feminist. So obviously, you know, whatever. She's probably the reason why they didn't go down the whole romantic route with her and Steve. And she decided to be a lesbian. That's probably what that was. Who knows? But I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the grift be with you. I'll talk to y'all later.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.